How's it going, everyone? Johnny Superb Man here, and today I want to talk about a team's playoff intangibles. Things that go unnoticed, things that aren't recorded, things that people don't talk about. You know, the regular season and the playoffs are basically two different entities, and a lot of time we assume that what happens in the regular season is just going to simply happen in the playoffs, and it's just not the case. I've been watching hockey for quite some time, and there's always these little things that pop up in the playoffs, and I want to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? So the first thing is regular season points. Now, everyone talks about these guys, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews as being the best players in the world. This is the top point totals for this season, this year's regular season. And do you notice anything? Connor McDavid, not in the playoffs. Leon Draisaitl, not in the playoffs. Brad Marchand, still there. Mitch Marner, not in the playoffs. Patrick Kane didn't even make the playoffs. Austin Matthews, gone. Mikko Rantanen, he's still there. Nathan MacKinnon, he's still there. Scheifele, basically gone from the playoffs. Crosby, gone from the playoffs. Just because you have guys at the top of the point list doesn't automatically equal Stanley Cup contender. Hell, even goal scorers. Austin Matthews, gone. McDavid, gone. DeBrincat didn't even make it. Draisaitl, gone, right? You need a good team around you. And it comes down to goaltending, defense, and chemistry. Those are the three intangibles that we're going to talk about today. Goaltending, defense, and chemistry. The first thing being goaltending, right? Now, during the regular season, if you look at a team's goals against, which is basically a team stat combined with a goalie stat, you got Nedeljkovic, Carolina, still there. Grubauer, Colorado, still there. Fleury, Vegas, still there. Varlamov, Islanders, still there. These are the stats that you need to worry about. Goaltenders, all right? Now, I want to show you something which really scares me about the Colorado Avalanche. In the past, we know they've had offense, they have the depth, but their defense and their goaltending has let them down in the playoffs. I know he's had some good stats, but nothing like this year. Philip Grubauer this season is untouchable in the playoffs, man. A 1.86 goals against and a save percentage, top of the league at .941. Now, this is what really frightens me about the Colorado Avalanche. If we go back and take a look at the list of former Stanley Cup champions, right? We'll just go back 5 years. Last season in the bubble, it was kind of a weird season, but the Tampa Bay Lightning, they got everything. Andrei Vasilevsky, a Vezina Trophy type goaltender, all right? That would be an example of just an unstoppable team. The year before that, though, the St. Louis Blues, Jordan Binnington, where did this guy come from, right? How about the year before that, Washington Capitals? Braden Holtby, I don't even think that he started the playoffs as the starter. He comes back in, they go on, they win a Stanley Cup. Pittsburgh, they decided to move on from Marc-Andre Fleury because they had Matt Murray, who they thought would be their future. And then the year before that, Chicago with Corey Crawford. Now, the point I want to make here is that you don't need a Vezina Trophy goaltender to win a Stanley Cup. You need a goalie who gets hot at the right time, and that's exactly what Philip Grubauer is doing. Did you guys catch Game 3 between Vegas and Colorado? Colorado had a 2-0 series lead. They got a good performance from Grubauer in Game 2 after smoking them in Game 1, but Game 3 was all Vegas. Vegas should have won that game. They only won it by 1 goal. It was 3-2 with 4 minutes left, and it was because of Philip Grubauer. So you're telling me Colorado's got offense, they got depth, and now they have a goalie who's getting hot at the right time? Forget best goalie in the league. He's getting hot at the right time. Kind of reminds me of St. Louis with Binnington. Kind of reminds me of Chicago with Crawford. Matt Murray with Pittsburgh. Could the Colorado Avalanche have the answer in the net this year? This is what I'm talking about. Goaltender intangibles, right? Next up, I want to talk about defense. And for me, the Montreal Canadiens, I've watched them 9 games in a row. My God, do they ever know how to trap it through the neutral zone? It is so frustrating. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the regular season. Goals against per game, right? The Colorado Avalanche up there. Is this the playoffs? This is the regular season? 2021. I think I'm on the right one. Yes, I am. All right, so let me just get stats, all franchises. Goals against per game, right? Here we go. The Vegas Golden Knights, still in the playoffs. The New York Islanders, still in the playoffs. Colorado, Hurricanes, Boston, Tampa. Clearly the teams that can keep the puck out of the net do very well during the playoffs, right? Makes sense. But where are the Montreal Canadiens? I know they started off the year pretty well. A 2.95 goals against. They actually allowed more goals than they scored, but they still made it in. Now, I think a big reason for this was Carey Price. You'll take a look at Carey Price's regular season numbers, and it wasn't a Carey Price type season. 12 wins, 7 losses, 5 overtime losses, and a .901 save percentage. So a defensive team with a goaltender who's getting .901, all of a sudden in the playoffs they become unstoppable. Well, here's the thing. The regular season and the playoffs are two completely different entities, all right? The intensity level is way up, and because you're playing one team over and over again, you can really get everyone on the same page. We take a look at the playoffs for the goals against average, and there's Montreal at 233, went from 290 up to 233. Now, it also does help that Carey Price, we talk about goaltender intangibles, is playing like a 935 save percentage. I mean, he's back to being prime Carey. But there's another stat in here. Forget goaltending, forget their ability to clog up the neutral zone. I think they're getting their whole team in on the action. Everyone's buying in. Here's a really interesting stat. These are the total average ice times for the Montreal Canadiens so far over the course of these whole playoffs, right? And do you notice anything? Very even. They're using everyone. Philippe Danault, who's out there killing penalties on the power play, taking faceoffs. That's why his time on ice is way up there. Suzuki has really came out of nowhere, and he's looking great. 19 minutes. Tyler Toffoli, 18 minutes. But from Jake Evans all the way down to Jesperi Kotkaniemi, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 lines worth of players are all separated by 3 minutes of time on ice. They got fresh legs out there. They're getting everyone in on the action, and everyone's buying in to the defensive side. Now, if we want to take a look, for example, at the Edmonton Oilers for the playoffs, what's their time on ice? Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid averaged close to 30 minutes a game. I know we got some overtime games in there, but my God, Montreal's averaging less than 10 minutes on their highest player, or their highest average player for time on ice. Draisaitl at 31, McDavid 30, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins 24, Jesse Puljujarvi 21. Then what do you got down here? Ryan McLeod at 10 minutes, James Neal 10 minutes, not even really getting into the game. It's a 60-minute game. He's playing for 10 minutes. So the point I'm making, forget the defense, forget their ability to clog up the neutral zone, forget their goaltender. They're getting their whole team in on the game. They're getting them all bought in to playing one way. They believe in themselves. While a team like Edmonton, it's like, please carry us to victory, McDavid, please. And when those guys are not on the ice, they're just trying to survive. That's an example of defense, the defensive intangible of the entire team getting in on the action, all right? And the last thing I want to talk about is chemistry. Now, this one's an interesting one because, my God, the Toronto Maple Leafs, this could be the reason exactly why we keep failing in the first round. I take you back to 2018 and 19. The Tampa Bay Lightning, after winning 60-something games during the regular season, they get swept out in round 1 to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, I want to show you their roster from 2 years ago, okay? Hedman, McDonough, Kucherov, Cernak, Point, Stamkos, Sergachev, Cirelli, Dan Girardi, Palat, Coburn, Ruda, Johnson, Miller, Gord, Paquette, Killorn, Joseph, Callahan, Ernie. This team that got swept after having an incredible season is still together. They went through that adversity together, learned from it, came back, won the Stanley Cup last season, and if we take a look at this year's squad, get stats, I mean, look, it's pretty much the exact same team. Hedman, McDonough, Sergachev, Kucherov, Point, Cernak, Killorn, Gord, Goudreau's a new one, Cirelli, Stamkos, Palat, Coleman is a new one, Savard's a new one, Ruta, Colton is a new one, Tyler Johnson, Matthew Joseph, Maroon and Shen are a new one. You're talking about 5 or 6 depth players for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They've been able, pardon me, to keep this team together. Go through the adversity, learn, grow, and win that Stanley Cup. And now, hell, they could win another one, right? I want to show you guys now something. The Toronto Maple Leafs, right, from this season. Oh, my God, it's hard to look at. Guys like Morgan Riley, Marner, Matthews, Hyman, Brody, we know the team. But if we go back to the same year that the Tampa Bay Lightning got swept in the first round, who's not here? You got Riley, Marner, Matthews, TJ Brody. Playoffs. No, my bad. Didn't do it right. There you go. Morgan Riley, Marner, Ron Hainsey, who was averaging 20 minutes of ice time as a +5. He ain't here. Muzzin, Matthews, Tavares, Zaitsev, he ain't here. Kasperi Kapanen, he ain't here. Jake Gardner, he ain't here. Andreas Janssen, he ain't here. Patrick Marleau, he ain't here. Kadri, he ain't here. Connor Brown, he ain't here. Ennis, Moore, Gucci, they ain't here. The point is, the Leafs can keep coming back with different bottom sixes and trying to run with Marner and Matthews. How is the team growing? How is the team staying together, fighting through that adversity, learning from it, and coming back stronger for next season? That's what I see in the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the 3 intangibles, goaltending, defense, and chemistry. Now let's apply that to the teams that are still remaining. And that's my question to you guys. Out of all the NHL teams that are still in the NHL playoffs, which one of them have the best combination of goaltending, defense, and chemistry? And right there might be your future Stanley Cup winner. Let me know, boys, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. stupid pieces of I should have gone with Jose Fernandez. Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam. Oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.